Good evening and welcome back to Center Point. I'm Joe Gumm. We certainly appreciate you joining us this evening.
You might remember a couple of weeks ago, Donald Trump working at that McDonald's drive-thru serving fries. Yeah, that was in Bucks County. At the same time, that CNN town hall meeting Kamala Harris attended, that was in Delaware County.
Good afternoon. I'm Joe Gumm. We are following breaking news this hour out of Madison, Wisconsin, where a school shooting has been reported at Abundant Life Christian School. But you see potential in them. So is it a breakdown and then lift back up? Or is it I'm giving up on you? I've told you 14 times, this isn't working. Yeah, you mentioned his family was going to be in attendance, of course, his very large family. I think 12 grandchildren, 14 at last count, 14 great-grandchildren, his 4 kids, of course, and proud of their dad. Republicans seem to always get blamed for government shutdowns, Representative. Are you okay with that, being blamed? If the first phase of this, they're releasing 33 hostages. If they release all of the hostages, game over for Hamas, correct? They have no more bargaining power. The event was made possible in large part due to CityServe, an organization that mobilizes the local church through large-scale compassion events like this one. Some of the stuff you were hearing about not being qualified, that he had only run a business that maybe had 100 employees in his combat units as such. Do you believe that he is fully qualified for this? Right now, there are a lot of questions. It's in its infancy, whether it's a companion app or a therapy app. For that father, he said, I couldn't call my friends at 2 a.m. I couldn't call family members at 4 p.m. after work. I needed something to help me get through that devastation of loss.
It is more and more difficult to find the perfect home.
No doubt about it. In fact, it's forcing some to seek other options like a tiny home. Well, we toured one community here in Texas to see how some people are living big in small spaces. Talk about some of the hardships, though, that experienced back then as a child, so eerily similar to what we're seeing across the U.S. right now, especially on college campuses. After months of ignoring questions and requests for an on-camera interview, we finally caught up with Connally Superintendent Wesley Holt. You've been avoiding these questions. Tell the parents and our viewers that you didn't put the kids in harm's way by hiring someone like this.
This is one you need to see. Joe has all the details for us.
Yeah, that's right, Dominique. The boy almost drowned after escaping from his home in the early evening. Very scary, but thanks to an incredible effort from police officers, this story has a happy ending. Homeowners Debbie Allen and Nicole Reed gave us a tour of their tiny homes in Fort Worth, Texas. And the pursuit of a simpler lifestyle is the main reason they decided to downsize. Nowadays, it just seems way worse than ever. Is it?
It is.
In 2023, more than 255 million Americans spent a total of 93 billion hours driving. We want to know why you're selling fake shoes on Facebook Marketplace to people. We bought a pair of fake shoes the other day, Chris. Tell us why you're doing it. Chris, you're ripping people off, Chris.
Some of those communities now stalled. Joe?
Yeah, good morning, Fanch and Dominique. It's been a year of tears, struggle, suffering, plenty of pain, and plenty of doubt. In spite of all of that, the people of Maui continue to come together to do one thing: move forward.
Our Joe Gumm joins us with more on that. Joe?
Yeah, Fanch, one question. A lot of people are asking, what warrants the sort of rhetoric that deems lowering the temperature, because they're still campaigning? Thomas Sargent and his beautiful wife, Darylyn, how are you?
So far, so good.
This is baby number
2.
And it's a...
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
All right. For those who didn't know, there you go. All right. Great stuff. 7 months?
Yes.
Okay, I nailed it. All right, good. All right. Hey, let's meet your contestant over here, a dad of 2 with number 3 on the way, Calvin Bridgewater.
It's the second one.
Oh, this is the second one.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right, Calvin Bridgewater and his wife, Carmen. Welcome to Daddy Dash. Carmen, you said 9 months. What in the world? I can't see it.
We're ready. Oh.
Hey, now, Calvin, you're nervous because I heard you just say a minute ago, you're like, ah.
Yes, I am.
Would you be more nervous if her water broke right now on live TV?
I'll probably pass out.
Okay, pass out. We would love to get that. And Pandamania has returned to the U.S. 2 giant pandas are now officially on view at the San Diego Zoo. The pair are the first to enter the country in 21 years and have a renovated and expanded habitat to call home. The young pandas are on loan from China as envoys of friendship. China is expected to partner with other zoos, including the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. And that's cuddly and sweet, but
They look so sweet.
we are beating China in the medal count. I want to say,
Yeah.
you know what? You guys destroyed us. We're getting those pandas back.
We're so competitive. here.
We are. What was that? Some comment about friendship? Envoys of friendship.
Envoys of friendship.
You just busted that in a New York Minute.
Maybe, yeah. A conspiracy theory at best.
Well, you know, pandas kind of do ensue peace and
Yes.
love, and they bring us together around
Universal
their cuddliness.
joy.
Yeah, but we can't take them on the podium, though.
Right? No,
The
we
medal
cannot.
count, so.
No, we cannot. It's still a
Try it
competition.
tonight.
They are cute, though.
You bury.
Now to one mom's dying wish that's making a remarkable difference. Americans owe at least $195 billion in medical debt, and this New York woman who observed the problem firsthand during her cancer treatments thought she could help do something about it. In 2019, Casey McIntyre, a 38-year-old book editor, wife and mom of one, was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and early last month, she died. Before she passed away, Casey asked her friends to share her plea on social media to donate to an unusual good cause, retiring the medical debt of strangers.
Her campaign started with a $20,000 goal. Last I checked, it's $822,000 that has been donated to her campaign.
Allison Sesso is president and CEO of RIP Medical Debt, which buys up medical debt for pennies on the dollar. That means that for every dollar given, $100 of debt is relieved. Casey McIntyre's campaign, which is still receiving donations, has already managed to wipe out an extraordinary amount of debt.
We'll be able to relieve $80 million roughly in medical debt through that campaign alone. The number of people will be determined on the size of each debt, but it will be thousands of people that will be able to help.
Helping patients in need was the goal for Casey and her husband, Andrew. Although she had excellent insurance that paid for her cancer treatments, she and Andrew were influenced by a viral video of a church relieving the debt of others.
So there was a church in North Carolina that did this debt jubilee where they got rid of $3 million of debt, and they did this act where they burned it. And it went viral and it got a lot of attention. And her husband saw that back in May and decided, hey, this is a really great organization.
That campaign helped launch Casey's campaign and created her own viral story. A story that will be remembered every time a family opens up a letter from RIP Medical Debt that says, your debt has been canceled.
I think people really understood that she was taking something so hard and turning it into something positive and giving back. And to see something positive like this, I think was just really incredible for people.